Good morning all. My name is Shalini, Assistant Professor from CSC Department. Today's topic is Structure of C Program. So this is the structure of the C program. So in this structure, you can find the documentation section and the link section, then definition section, global declaration section, main function section. So we will be having the declaration part and executable part. Right. Then subprogram section. The subprogram section will have the functions, sub functions inside it. We also call it as what a user defined functions. So generally this is the structure of the C program. So the documentation section will have this section consists of a set of comment lines giving the name of the program and other details which the programmer would like to use later, right? And you can use a single line or you can use a multiple lines as your documentation section. With using two backslashes, a single line, you can comment the session, or you can use multiple lines, star backslash star. Inside that one you need to write the documentation section and star backslash. If you write like this, it includes like a commenting lines and you cannot execute that particular lines, so that is nothing but your documentation section. And it also represents what are we going to do in the program, means uh, it indicates the question of your program. And you can also uh, later refer to that particular program. Then link section. What do you mean by this link section? Link section provides instructions to the compiler to link functions from the system library. For suppose you will be using different functions in your program. So all those functions will be there in your library. So for example, you will be using hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, because you will be using some functions called printf, scanf, getch, getche, and clear screen. All these functions will be available in the system library. So it tells the compiler to link the functions from the system library, else your functions will not be performed in your program if you don't link these sections. So that is nothing but the second part of your structure, that is the link section. Then definition section. Definition section defines all symbolic constants. Okay, the symbolic constants will be defined in this definition section after writing your what header files. Example, hash define constant name a of 10. You can use 10 uh, as your constant value whenever a is used in your program. So a will be represented by the value 10 in the program. So it is nothing but the definition section. You can define like this. Then global declaration section. Some of the variables that are used in more than one function throughout the program are called as global variables, and it will be declared outside of all the functions. This section declares all the user defined functions. We call it as what? A global declaration section. This section also declares all the user defined functions. If you want to go for a user defined function, so it should also be declared globally. Main function section. Every C program must have one main function section. This contains two parts, declaration part and executable part. What do you mean by this declaration part? This part declares all the variables used in the executable part. Example, int a comma b is nothing but an example for your declaration. Then executable part. This part contains at least one statement. These two parts must appear between the opening and closing braces. The program execution begins at the opening brace and ends at the closing brace. All the statements in the declaration and executable parts end with a semicolon. Then subprogram section. This section contains all the user-defined functions that are called in the main function. User-defined functions are generally placed immediately after the main function, although they may appear in any order. Example, hash include stdio.h. Here, hash include stdio.h. My first program is nothing but your documentation section, or generally we will be writing like this. And hash include stdio.h is nothing but we call it as what, library or header file, or we also call it as what, a prototype. Void main of void is nothing but this void means main returns no value. Void means main returns no value. Main is nothing but the main function. This void means main passes no arguments, right? If you are having no arguments, you can declare it as void or you can leave that as empty, right? Then printf. Printf function is used to display the information which is written inside its braces. Here we have returned printf how are you. So that will be displayed on the screen as the output. So open inside the open and closed braces, you have written some statements that is nothing but the body of the main function, right? So this is an example for your structure of your C program. Your C program should look like this based upon your structure of C, right? Then coming to the next topic, the next one is your data types. Then what do you mean by this data type? A data type is a classification of the type of data that a variable can hold in computer programming. Data type is the type of the data that are going to access within the program. C supports different data types. Each data type may have predefined memory requirement and storage representation. C supports four classes of data types, that is primary, user-defined data type, derived data type, and empty data type. So this is the representation of your data types. Data types, fundamental or primitive data types. What comes under your fundamental data types? Integer, double, character, float, and void. Then what are these derived data types? Derived data types are arrays, pointers, and functions. Then user-defined data types. User-defined data types are nothing but structures, unions, typedef, and enum. So the primary data type. First, see the integer type. Integers are whole numbers with a range of values supported by a particular machine. Integers occupies one word of storage, and since the word size of the machine vary. If you use 16-bit word length, the size of an integer is -327682 plus 32767. You should not exceed that range if you take your data type as int. Okay, it is nothing but your 2 power, which value? 2 power 16 value. You will be getting that answer. In order to control over the range of numbers and storage space, C has three classes of integer storage, namely short, long, and unsigned. Right? Integer, signed short integer or short integer, unsigned short int or unsigned int, unsigned long int or signed long int. Both are same. Signed short int or short int. Short int, we call it as what? A signed short int. Unsigned short int, unsigned long int or unsigned long int. These are all the representations of your data type. Then range -2 power 15 to 2 power 15 minus 1 means the value of 2 power 15 is nothing but 327682 plus 32767, and it occupies 4 bytes of memory. Its size is 4 bytes. Then the format specifier is you can use percentile D or percentile I. Then for shorting, -128 to 127 is its range. And it occupies 4 bytes, and the format specifier is percentile D or percentile I. Then unsigned shortint. Unsigned shortint will also have the negative. Unsigned means what? Signed means what? You will have both the positive and negative values. Then for unsigned, you will be not having the negative values, only positive values. So its range will be from 0 to 255. Unsigned 0 to 65535, and its size is 4 bytes. Unsigned long int 0 to 4294967295. Long int 2147483648 to 2147483647, and its size is 4 bytes. Format specifier is percentile LU. Floating point type. Character type. Character is also, it occupies byte. Characters are usually stored in 8 bits of internal storage. Two classes of character types are there, signed char and unsigned char. Same like floating point. The floating point numbers are stored in 32 bits with 6 digits of precision when accuracy provided by the floating number is not efficient. Double precision, you will be having double type numbers uses 64 bits giving a precision of 14 digits. These are known as double precision numbers. Double type represents the same data type that float represents, but with a greater precision. To extend the precision further, we may use double data type uses 80 bytes. So its range is like this. User defined data types. What are these user defined data types? We are having enum as your user defined data type. So the syntax of enum identifier is enum followed by value 1, value 2, so on value 1, where identifier is user defined data type, which is used to declare variables that can have one of the values enclosed within the braces. Value 1, value 2, value 1 all are known as enumeration constants. So if you want to define this enum, you need to use this keyword called enum followed by identifier name. Here I have used day as my identifier name. In braces, I have used Monday, Tuesday, so until Sunday. So enum day week, right? Then F of enum, then week F weekend. Week F is equals to Monday. So enum day, Monday to Saturday, week F and weekend. So you can use like this. So uh, type def type def is also one of the user defined data type. Type def data type identifier, where data type indicates the existing data type, identifier indicates the new name that is given to the data type. So instead of using int, you can use what type def int marks. So instead of integer, you can use marks as your data type, then followed by your variable names. Type def cannot create a new data type, it can rename the existing data type, right? Thank you.